When you're planning a visit to Universal Epic Universe, the newest theme park in Orlando, Florida, you want to do it right. This isn't your average theme park. It's massive, meticulously detailed, and it's packed with all new technology, rides, shows, and surprises around every corner. But with 5 worlds to explore, over 3,000 pieces of brand new merch, and snacks that are practically attractions themselves, the big question becomes, where do you even begin? That's why I'm joined by theme park expert Jacqueline Dole, a Universal insider and travel journalist who's already explored Epic Universe more than most. I'm Angie Orth, and in this episode of Traveling with AAA, Jacqueline shares her top tips for planning your visit, when to go, where to stay, what ticket upgrades are worth a splurge, and the rides and eats you have to prioritize. If you're planning a trip, or even just dreaming about one, this is your guide to making the most of every moment inside Epic Universe.
So this is a historic moment. We're at Epic Universe. This is the first theme park to open in Central Florida in 25 years. Tell us why this is such a big deal.
I think it's really exciting because if you look at the technology that has emerged in the last several years, when you're going on these attractions, you can really see it shining. I think the Universal creative team worked really hard on this project, and it's so evident, whether you are boarding an attraction, ordering some food, or just taking a walk through Celestial Park, you can really see everybody's hard work on this.
Well, let's start with planning a trip to Epic Universe. Do you have any tips for getting the best value when getting tickets?
Yeah, I would say that Express is a really good idea, especially if you're only going to make a one-day trip here. There is so much to see between all of the different portals, all of the entertainment options, the shows, and making time to try all the food. So Express is a splurge, but I think it's really worth it. Otherwise, try and give yourself 2 days if possible, to really get a chance to not just rush through everything, but to experience everything and enjoy it.
So what's the easiest way to get here? Where should people think about staying if their main priority is Epic?
Obviously, the Helios Hotel has direct access from the hotel into the park. It is on the higher price point, so I think another really great option is Stella Nova. It's within walking distance, but all of the different Universal hotels also offer a shuttle bus to the park.
So people who stay at some of the on-site hotels, they get early park admission, right?
They do, and that's a really amazing opportunity to kind of knock out those attractions that have longer wait times throughout the day.
And this is a really big park, several hundred acres from what I've guessed and what I've seen today. And there's a lot to do. Do you have a strategy for maximizing your time? And I mean, we talked about express passes for avoiding long lines, but do you have any other time-saving strategies?
Yeah, I think this park is really unique where it's a hub and spoke. So Celestial Park is the center of the park. And if you think about branching off into the different portals throughout the day, it gives you a really great opportunity to budget your time. So whether you're splitting your trip up into 1 day or 2, you can say, okay, well, for the morning, I'm going to be at Dark Universe. And you can start your day there and kind of give yourself a set amount of hours. And that way you're also saving your feet. This is a huge park, so you don't want to have to be running from one portal to the other to do different attractions. So kind of divide and conquer and work your way out.
What are your thoughts on doing this park in 1 day?
I would say if you are going to do 1 day, Express is kind of a non-negotiable. A lot of dates are actually already sold out. And so giving yourself 2 days is a really good idea, in my opinion, if your schedule allows for it.
So do you have any thoughts on what's the best direction to go? Or, is there an order of land visitation that might be best?
For me, starting out in Super Nintendo is a really awesome idea because in the morning, Minecart Madness, to knock that attraction out at the beginning of the day, pretty good idea because the line times can be pretty long and it's not necessarily the most reliable attraction at this point. There's a lot of downtime.
So do you have any tips for any of the marquee attractions on best places to sit? Is there any tips that you've discovered so far, like sit in the back, sit in the front, sit in the middle, anything like that?
Yes, I was just talking to a friend about this. We were talking about Stardust Racers, the dueling coaster that is in the center of Celestial Park. I have tried to sit almost everywhere on both tracks, and I feel as if the back row, if you are a coaster fan, It gives you a ride that is completely different than the front, and it is amazing. I would also say that the front row of Minecart Madness is a great spot to be. The cars only seat 4, so it's not hard to get there. But it gives you a chance to have a really great view of the new ride technology that they've utilized on the attraction, and it's just a lot of fun.
So is there an attraction that you think people should prioritize? Is there something that's so hot that, like, if you can get in early and go, that's the one?
I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen when they open officially with Ministry of Magic. With early entry, you might be able to knock that one out sooner rather than later, but I know that it's tending to have shorter wait times later in the day. For me personally, Monsters Unchained is my favorite attraction. I would start the day there. I would end the day there.
Do you have a favorite snack or meal or restaurant that you've tried so far that everybody needs to check out?
I would say that the mac and cheese cones from Grog and Gruel have been really popular, so much so that I think they're offering them at multiple locations now. I also really love Pizza Moon, and also the Burning Blade Tavern in Dark Universe. The garlic steak, which is a giant garlic drenched pretzel.
There is so much merch in this park, something like 3,000 new items. So have you found anything that you just love? Is there anything that's viral that people are just flocking to?
There is a character that Universal has created for the park, and his name is Captain Cacao. He is a chocolate bear that sails through the cosmos in search of confections, the Dark Universe vinyl. It's a really awesome way to kind of capture the magic of the park.
Super Nintendo World has outstanding headbands, and they're really cute.
A little headband is the perfect way to accessorize an outfit, an affordable price point. They make great gifts. I love them.
So talking about weather, obviously Florida's hot most of the time, but what happens when it rains? We get some afternoon storms here. What happens in some of these outdoor attractions when it's rainy and stormy?
It does kind of give you a chance to experience some of the entertainment, like the shows in Isle of Berk and Wizarding World, Harry Potter. They are really special. A rainy day gives you the perfect opportunity to enjoy that, or to duck into the Burning Blade Tavern and have a beer or a mocktail.
And what do you think is the most underappreciated, underrated thing so far at Epic Universe?
The carousel, especially at night. It's just such a beautiful way to maybe wrap up your night right in the heart of Celestial Park.
Thank you so much.
Yes, that was so much fun.
So, whether you're riding coasters, eating garlic-drenched pretzels, or chasing chocolate bears through the cosmos, Epic Universe isn't just a theme park. It's a whole new world of wonder. Thanks to Jacqueline Dole for sharing her expert tips. And thank you for being with us. If you're planning a trip to Epic Universe or anywhere else, be sure to connect with a AAA travel advisor. Check out AAA.com/travel or visit your local branch. This podcast is a production of Auto Club Enterprises. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and leave us a review. I'm Angie Orth. Thank you for traveling with AAA.